Before we jump in, let's be real. This podcast contains jokes, laughter, and a whole lot of real talk. Yes, we cover serious crimes. Yes, we add a little humor, but never, and I mean never, at the expense of the victims or their families. If you're sensitive, easily offended, or the type to clutch your pearls every time someone laughs during a true crime story, this may not be the podcast for you. But if you like your true crime with a little bit of spice, a lot of honesty, and just enough petty to keep it fun, welcome to Melanin Mysteries, baby. Let's get into it. All right, cousins, come on in and grab a plate. It's Thanksgiving week, and you already know folks act a fool when the holidays roll around. Welcome back to another episode of Melanin Mysteries, your favorite unapologetically black true crime corner where the stories are wild, the commentary is real, and yes, the disclaimer is still in place. So if you're new here, baby, I'm gonna need you to hit that rewind button and listen to it first because we are not the corporate podcast crew. We tell these stories like we tell them to the cousins at the table with respect, honesty, and seasoning because we don't do bland over this way. Now, to our returning cousins, hey y'all, hey. So thank y'all for sliding back in for another week of shenanigans and storytelling because y'all know we love you down. Oh, now let's get these church announcements over real quick because we got a lot to cover. First and foremost, happy Thanksgiving week, cousins. In the spirit of the holiday, today's case is a Thanksgiving case. So we're staying on theme because around this time of year, people don't just burn the rolls, they burn bridges, lives, and sometimes the whole house down. Second, don't forget to check the show notes for your tickets to Seasons Slayings, a very black true crime collective virtual live show. Because tickets are moving and y'all gonna mess around and be left outside in the cold wrapped in a sweater you could have won a prize for. Now, don't play yourself, just go ahead and grab your ticket. And if you're enjoying the show, please leave us a 5-star review somewhere, anywhere. It helps us more than you know. And if you really want to help us get to that last little inch to finally hit monetization, we would love if you switched over to Spotify to stream the episodes because every stream counts. And y'all know cousins support cousins. And lastly, melaninmysteries.com is up and active if you want merch, ad space, or if you feel like leaving us a tip because we do be working hard over here. And the inbox is open for case suggestions, snitch file submissions, or if you got something heavy on your chest and want to drop an anonymous cousin confession, email us at podcast@melaninmysteries.com or hit up on any of the socials. Now that we got that over with, we are diving into the story of Sherri Jackson and DeCarlo Bennett. Sherri, her name is Sherri. A couple whose Thanksgiving season took a tragic turn nobody saw coming. What should have been a week filled with family, dressing, and minding your business turned into deception, heartbreak, and a whole mess that will have you yelling at your phone. Cousins, grab your bonnet, your emotional support beverage, and lock the fridge so nobody steals the last slice of cake. Because, baby, this one here, it's a lot. So let's get into it. I'm your host, Tiffany.
And I'm your co-host Willie. Who got locks on the refrigerator?
I said put locks on the refrigerator.
I'm just saying, who the nigga? This is not the '60s. Anyway, let's go.
All right. So, if I would have known loving him would cost me everything, I would have never even said hello. You ever been like too fan for your own good?
Yep.
Yeah,
Sorry, my bad.
that was me. Cherie. Face card never declined, body sitting right, hair always done, and aura on 10. Men been trying to get my attention since I was old enough to walk in the room without my mama holding my hand. And I wasn't out here pressed either. I had options. The good boys, the bad boys, the one with jobs, the ones, still finding themselves, the ones who wanted to wife me, and the ones who just wanted to be seen next to me. I wasn't checking for none of them because I was living, laughing, minding all of my pretty moisturized business.
I could relate. God damn.
But then, girl, him. He wasn't even my type like that. Like, you ever look at a man and think, child, you ain't even supposed to be on my radar. So how did you get here? Deborah Cox wrote a whole song about that. But he said the right things. He made me laugh. He made me feel chosen in a way I hadn't felt before. And for once, just once, I decided to let my guard down. I said, Okay, I'm just go ahead and get this man a little bit time of day. A crumb, a sprinkle, a little sample size. And baby, the minute I did, he flipped the script like he'd been waiting to show his whole behind. The charm faded, the smile switched, the energy got weird. And suddenly I'm looking at this man like, oh, so you're the plot twist.
Mm.
Right.
Fellas, that's a real talk. That's all you need. Look, fellas, all you need is a sense of humor. If you can make a little girl laugh, you can get that ass. You remember that, all right? The words to live by. Sorry.
See, everybody loved me, but everybody didn't love that everybody loved me. And that insecurity, that jealousy, that possessive, if I can't have you, nobody will energy, that's the part I didn't see coming. I thought I found the man, but what I really found was a warning sign with the beard. And if I would have just trusted my first mind, the one that said, girl, keep walking, maybe things would have turned out different. But I didn't. And that decision, that tiny, harmless little decision to give him a chance, that's the beginning of the end of my story.
Mm, mm, mm. All right, y'all, let's jump in for a second because this is where the story starts smelling funny like old money. So, boom, it's November 29th, 2006, Greensboro, North Carolina. Holiday season, folks just minding their business. They eating them good ass leftovers. Trying not to cuss out family, just the regular things that us black folks do. And out of nowhere, DeCarlo blowing up Sherri's parents' phone like he won the radio contest. Yeah, I know her name. It's easy. Sherri. Come on, man. Talk about, have y'all seen her? I can't find her. She ain't come home. She ain't show up, to her friends get together. She missed work this morning. I am worried. Something ain't right. Now look, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm always side-eyeing the man in distress act, right? Look, come on. I always talk about how some of these niggas just be looking so guilty, right? Because every time a dude get real panicky real quick, it's either he's genuinely scared, right, or this nigga know exactly why she ain't where she's supposed to be, right? And DeCarlo, he's on the phone giving that Academy Award level stress, pacing, breath shaking, repeating itself, saying, look, this ain't like her over and over again. Know what I'm saying? Talking like we supposed to have the answers, like her family keeps her location or on Find My iPhone, which I don't understand why they don't, because I got my people location. But anyway,
Because this was 2006. Find My iPhone wasn't even available. We didn't even have iPhone in 2006. It didn't
we
drop
did it.
till 2007. No, it didn't drop till
Oh,
2007. So I had
well,
the
all
phone.
right. So you trying to tell me BlackBerry didn't have Find My BlackBerry? No, damn. Okay, well, oops, my bad. Well, anyway, that's why they didn't was calling them whatever. You know what I'm saying? You messed up. The point I was trying to make is at this point in time I got my family location. Anyway, the brother is out here stressing, he's sweating, acting like she just vanished into thin air. And he kept saying the same thing everybody in Cherie life already knew. She's responsible. That girl do not miss work, and she ain't gonna just disappear. He was right. Cherie wasn't that girl. Like, if she said she was gonna be somewhere, she was there. You know what I'm saying? Looking good, smelling good, and on time. Just like me, right? So the moment she ain't show up, everybody's stomach just dropped because if Cherie ain't at work, ain't at her friend's kickback, ain't answering her phone, they like, yeah, something is definitely off. I'm talking about way off. And look, this the wild part. This is just the beginning of the foolery, man.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about who Cherie Denise Jackson actually was. Because before we get into the mess, we need to understand the kind of woman we're dealing with. So Cherie was born April 1st, 1980 in Burke County, North Carolina to her parents, MacArthur and Clara Jackson, a solid, tight-knit family from Morganton. She was the youngest of four, Maurice, Leonardo, and Shanice. And then Cherie bringing up the rear with that baby girl energy nobody could resist. And her daddy, Mr. Jackson, he wasn't just somebody's daddy. He was an educator and a builder, literally. He helped open East Burke High School in 1973. He was a superintendent. So the family later moved to Asheville in 1988, then to Durham. But no matter where they went, they stayed connected, close, and rooted in love. And Cherie, baby, she was a star everywhere she went. In high school, she was an honor student, a cheerleader, homecoming queen, and the type of girl that everybody genuinely liked. She was pretty, smart, funny, and had the smile to match.
Damn, man.
Folks
I
said,
swear I can relate. I can relate to this story. Oh,
"No, you
okay.
can't. You had ugly duckling syndrome. You can't relate."
Oh, yeah, I did
So,
back in the day. Jeez, man. Go
so
ahead.
that one girl everybody remembers for the right reasons. That was Cherie. She moved to Greensboro to attend UNC Greensboro, and she was doing her thing there too until her junior year, where she took a break to reset and figure things out. And life be life, and when you decide to take a break, that's when she meets Reginald Sloan III. So this was back in 2003. And Reggie did what men do. He tried to shoot his shot. They exchanged numbers. He hit her up 2 days later because he didn't want to look thirsty. Because, men be trying so hard not to look pressed when they are very much pressed.
Oh my
In the words
God.
of
All
in the
right.
words of Anthony, he was pressed like a panini.
All right. Well, first of all, we not about to say that. Know what I'm saying? Because how's it looking press? You give me my number.
He said he was pressed. He said it.
I'm just saying, but you talk about all like being, you see, don't say men be trying not to look pressed. You know what I'm saying? I don't never look pressed. All right. Just throwing it out there. I don't know. What I'm saying? I call your ass when I decide to call you. It could be within 30 minutes or within 3 weeks.
It's 3 weeks. Don't even bother to ring my
Man, shoot,
phone.
they be just as excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I was,
You have baby.
like, bitch,
Who is
I was,
this?
I was overseas, man. I would take care of some business, man. Yeah,
I'd be like, that's crazy.
women be
Yeah,
lonely now. Women be lonely now. You know what I'm saying? They'll still
what
answer the
women?
phone.
Yeah, well, that's them ones.
We know,
Me
Tiffany.
first.
We know.
Yeah,
We
very
know.
strict program around here.
We know.
So they started dating for real. They moved in together, and they even worked together at his family's home health company, which was called Shipman's Family Care. So Cherie worked with the elderly and disabled. She had that nurturing heart showing up again. And they were actually like solid for a while. Like now, workplace romances usually crash and burn, but they held on longer than most. But eventually things did unravel. And Reggie said what broke them up was a job. Like he said he left that office location and went somewhere else. And apparently that distance did the relationship end. Listen, I don't know how switching office equals we can't date no more, but that's what he said. I'm just reporting, not endorsing. So either way, they split, they went their separate ways, and life kept moving. And a few months later, spring of 2006, Cherie crosses paths with a new face, DeCarlo Bennett.
Mm,
And this right here is where the story starts to turn. Because sometimes the wrong man walks into your life at the right time, and it all goes to hell.
mm. You ain't never lied, man. There's a lot of women that said that about me. Anyway, all
You
right,
ain't
y'all.
lying
Let me
about that.
don't. All right. Jeez, I advocated for you when you was on your Facebook jail stint. Know what I'm saying? Don't do me like that. Anyway,
Okay, let me clarify because you got people thinking I done did something. All I said was cocaine was a hell of a drug, Rick James. And they over here treating me like I'm El Chapo, like I was moving bricks or something. Like, dang.
so it had nothing to do with you advertising your OnlyFans page.
I don't have one, but if I get one, I'm gonna be showing the hell out of my feet. I heard people got feet fetishes. I will get my toes done every week and do an
Well,
OnlyFans
make
if they
sure you
making money like that.
tan on white things. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you got little white girl feet, so make sure you.
If it pay enough, I can go tan on the beach and do some feet footage there.
So look. So look, y'all. Let me step in for a second because we got to break down who this dude actually is. DeCarlo Rayshawn Bennett, man. He is a whole goddamn character. Now listen, I'm still trying to figure out why this man looked like he was auditioned to be a black Puerto Rican cousin. And I'm not even lying about that. You got to see the picture. He looked like a black Puerto Rican cousin. They ain't like Rico. Because Rico could be like a black or a Puerto Rican now. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't
Mhm.
look,
Ex best friend, his name was Rico.
I know, right? Yeah, no, so yeah, see, I told you could be black or
His name was Enrico, and I like when like I'm like I remember asking when we was like kids, I was like, why she gave you a Puerto Rican name like you black? Like,
I ain't saying he ugly. I'm just saying that the math was a mathin'. He, you know what I'm saying, had that I swear I got a little island in me, little island boy, but it was given North Carolina with good lighting. Anyway, we don't really know much about his upbringing. We know he had a mama. That's about it. No extra details, no long backstory, really nothing. But we do know this, right? This is what we do know. He went to North Carolina A&T. Yes, shout out. You know that's where Brandy go, right?
that's Zari's dream school too. That child has been
Yes,
then
yes,
she going to NCAT for the last 2 years and she hooked on it. That's
yes.
her. Hmm.
Shout out to my oldest son, man, doing his thing out there. Anyway, he got his degree, and by the time he and Cherie crossed paths again, he was working as a club promoter. And y'all know what that lifestyle looked like. Always outside, always talking loud in the club, always trying to make something shake. That's not necessarily a red flag, but damn show ain't a green one. Nigga, anybody who is a club promoter was a hoe. Let's be honest. Ain't no
Mhm.
know what I'm saying, club promoters that wasn't out there, know what I'm saying, out there, shacking up and banging up. Come on, we know that, know what I'm saying? So it was just throwing it out there in case y'all didn't know what I'm saying? Now, this wasn't their first time ever meeting. Their families kinda knew each other because one of the DeCarlo brothers used to date Sherri's sister back in the day. So when Sherri saw him out one night, it wasn't like no stranger danger type moment. You know, just more like, "Oh, yeah, I remember you." You know what I'm saying? So, they started talking, catching up, one of those long time no see type of conversations that turned into, "Alright, maybe you vibe a little bit or whatever." You know what I'm saying? From there, they decided to see, where this went. Nothing too deep at first. Just that grown, let's try this energy. You know what I'm saying? And on paper, college degree, familiar face, job, sing stable. So yeah, she didn't look crazy giving them a chance. But you know how it go, y'all. We know that. It's always the one who seems real regular in the beginning that end up being a plot twist. Let's back up. So you don't think I'm asking you, I apologize. You don't think being a club promoter is a red flag for like a relationship?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
not like that. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, let's be honest, and I'm not hating, like, whatsoever. I am not hating. I'm not one of them niggas to be trying to, like, what I'm saying, like, "Oh, leaves me in this." No, I'm not hating, but, I mean, come on. The facts is the facts. A club promoter, a dude or a girl, you know what I'm saying? You out there passing that wang or, you know what I'm saying, giving up that cooch if you're a club promoter. It comes with the job, it comes with the territory, unfortunately, right? But, anyway, like I said, you know how it goes. The regular ones always seem to be cool in the beginning, and then it's always end up as the plot twist, alright? So here where things start feeling off. So Sheree and DeCarlo have been messing around since the spring of 2006, right? But see, this is the thing, right? Check this out. Nobody really knew they were together, right? She didn't tell nobody. She wasn't advertising. And of course, it was before social media were real big, big, big. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Facebook was out and even maybe Twitter. I don't know. I think no, it was
No,
what was
it was still MySpace,
yeah,
wasn't it?
MySpace, yeah, MySpace was out, but, yeah, so it wasn't like social media like you see now. So she wasn't, posting picture her and her boo. Her friends, they knew she was talking to somebody, but they didn't know who that somebody was. Really no pictures, no stories, no real details, right? It was given like late night link. Don't ask too many questions. I'm still trying to figure this man out before I present him to the world. And honestly, I don't blame her. Like sometimes you got to keep a situation private until you know what it is. I did it for 3 years. Know what I'm saying? 3 years. Granted, I had a whole nother relationship, but the point I'm trying to make is I didn't want everybody to know that she is my side chick, right? So just throwing it out there. But here's the kicker. By the
You just
time
see my face. You
by the time we
cutting
get
up today. You on one. Is it because you about to eat at the end of the week? Because you was cutting up, man.
man, I'll tell you, man. And this off the sucker, imagine a repast on Thanksgiving Day. That's like the heavens of the heavens have opened up. Anyway, by the time we get to November 29th, 2006, around Thanksgiving, Cherie does something she never does. She brings a man home for holiday dinner. Now, understand, Cherie wasn't the type to bring men around like that, right? I mean, obviously, know what I'm saying? I mean, she was even advertising them and they was kicking it for a minute, right? So outside of Reggie, her family hadn't met nobody she dated. They didn't need to. Why? She kept her circle tight and her dating life even tighter. But suddenly, here comes this fake ass Espanol DeCarlo walking into Thanksgiving like he's part of the tradition. Her parents said they kind of was caught off guard, really not, not uncomfortable, but just like surprised, like, who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? And they didn't know him. They didn't know his background. They didn't know where he came from. He was just, just there sitting at the table. You know what I'm saying? Like just yeah, like just sitting there like I was at that repast a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm there. And they seem cool enough. You know what I'm saying? Well, they would seem cool and they look at him like, he seemed cool. He was kind of quiet. They say he was polite, nothing really wild. But here's where the alarm bells start ringing, right? So a few days later, when Cherie disappears, this same man who just ate her mama's dressing and probably chitlins, if he was lucky, instead,
Ew.
what? What's right now wrong with little pig ass?
It's pig intestines, and those are nasty.
All right, man. Well, I'm just saying, niggas out
Yeah, I'm
here,
not.
niggas out here, tossing random salads. know what I'm saying? You got a problem with chitlins? No, come on now.
First of all, we don't do that around here, so
Yeah, I
that
got
ain't
you.
got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying I don't eat chitlins. I can never get past the smell. Like when my granny used to cook them back in the day, I couldn't like I'd be like, oh my god, like I could never get past the
Because your
smell.
grandma
So
didn't know how to wash chitlins, so you probably was eating ass chips. All right, it's a possibility. All right,
I
but
never ate them. First of all, and my granny could cook. Don't disrespect my granny at
I
all.
never once said your granny could cook. I said she couldn't clean them chitlins. That's what I said. Everybody don't know how to clean chitlins. That's all I'm saying.
First of all,
But
they
you know what?
nasty
Shout out to your
anyway.
granny. Shout out to your granny. We ain't about to do
Yes, may
that.
she rest in peace.
You know what I'm saying? May
And
she rest in peace. Rest her sweet
and
potato soul.
nobody needs to eat chitlins. They stink. I don't care what nobody say. They stink.
And sometimes coochie
I
stink,
don't care if they clean them. They stink.
and sometimes coochie and ass stink, and people eat that on a regular basis. Anyway,
Shouldn't be
look,
doing that either because that's trifling.
so
Oh
here,
god,
of
it's too
course you
early.
not,
It's
but you.
too
Look, I'm not about to get into that. You know what? We got a whole love lies and alibis that we could go into. So you know what?
and
Don't
that's
even worry
actually
about it.
on the menu for today.
Exactly.
So
You know what I'm saying? On the menu. You know what I'm saying? Cooch and pooch. All right. So look, here's where the alarm bells start ringing. A few days later, when Sharia disappeared, remember we said the same man that was eating chitlins and eating dressing, you know what I'm saying, sitting next to the daddy at the dinner, is suddenly blowing up their phones like they supposed to have her whereabouts. You know what I'm saying? And I know as a father, you feel bad though, because I ain't gonna lie, my little daughter was a hoe at one point. You know what I'm saying? She just bring little different niggas around me all the time. I used to be thinking like, God damn, you just giving up that cooch freely, ain't you? I ain't gonna tell you which one because I ain't gonna do that. Anyway, a few days later, we
you probably got two. You I should put the video on today because my face, child, my face.
oh shoot. When
Please
Cherie
send it to me.
disappears, the same man who just ate her mama's dressing and sat next to her daddy at dinner is suddenly blowing up their phones, like I said. And her parents were looking at the phone like, sir, you were just at the table. How you checking with us? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. It's only been y'all only been dating someone for like for 8 months. Barely told folks you even was together. You show up to Thanksgiving out the blue, then call acting, frantic and like we all cool. Like we got this relationship, you know what I'm saying, where you would ask us about it, and we were like, oh my God, let me tell you. They looking at this nigga like, oh yeah, you weird, right? First of all, I wonder how they even get their damn number. That's a good question, but we'll figure that out. Cause I got some ideas, you know what I'm saying? I got some suspicions. So it was giving, way more than you're saying. It was given, why you asking us? And of course, it was given plot twist energy before the plot even twisted, my niggas. So Cherie had kept him for low for a reason. And in hindsight, that reason was probably louder than anybody realized at the time.
So now let's get into what happens when Cherie doesn't show where she's supposed to be. So her mama Clara immediately feels something off in her spirit. Like you know how moms just know when something's off. That's exactly what happened. Because here comes DeCarlo calling her, voice shaking, acting frantic, talking about he can't find Cherie, asking if she's seen her. And Clara is sitting there thinking, sir, why are you asking me where my daughter is?
Mm,
So, like we said, Cherie's parents, Clara and MacArthur, don't waste no time. They start calling around the people who would normally hear from her, her friends, her circle, the folks she kept close. And that's when the first real red flag shows up. So her friends say Cherie had plans that night. She was supposed to meet up with them on November 29th, 2006, and she never showed. No call, no message, no running late, nothing, and that was not her. The next morning, she doesn't show up to work either. So at this point, Claire is done trying to make sense of it. She is in full blown panic mode because she knows her daughter. Cherie was responsible, she was reliable, and she did not just vanish off the grid. So Claire's mind goes everywhere a mother's mind goes. Did she get into a car accident? Is she on the side of the road somewhere? Is she in a ditch? Is she in a hospital? Why isn't anybody hearing from her? Because a no call, no show, that's not Cherie.
mm,
So when DeCarlo calls again, still putting on the dramatic Oscar worthy BET 10 p.m. tears and snot performance, the Jacksons are still looking at each other like, yeah, absolutely not. Something's wrong, and we're not wasting another minute. They were not about to sit there and entertain his theatrics. They didn't argue, they didn't speculate. What they did was pick up the phone and they called the police.
mm,
Because
mm,
at that point, nothing about this situation felt normal.
mm. All right, y'all. So when police get involved, they do what they supposed to do. They head straight to Cherie place to see if something is off. And when they get there, it ain't adding up already. See, there's no sign of forced entry at the door. Nothing broken, nothing kicked in. So whoever was in the house, right? Either she let them in or they already had SS. But once officers step aside, they notice something else. The place looks disturbed, like not trash, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not like somebody robbed the spot, but like things were out of place just enough to, tell them that there was some type of struggle, right? So something happened in that house and they thinking like, I don't know what it is, but yeah, something definitely happened. So look, while they're still looking around trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, if this is about to turn from a missing person to something worse, guess who walks in? DeCarlo,
The
Mr.
fake
Fake.
looking ass Puerto Rican.
Mm. Fake Ed Puerto Rican, Puerto Rico. The police sit him down right there and start asking the basics. When's the last time you saw her? What happened? Why isn't she answering your calls? And he jumps straight into his performance, right? Voice shaking, eye watering, hands on his head like life is tearing him apart, talking about, I don't know what happened. She ain't called me back and I'm scared. I saw her the other day. Then he dropped something nobody expected. She's pregnant, right? He said, we just found out. She was excited, I was excited, and now she's missing. All right, nigga. He says it like he's revealing something big, heartbreaking secret, like he's trying to convince the room he's the devastated boyfriend of the year. And look, on the surface, it sounds emotional, but to the police and honestly to anyone with common sense, it sounded like a man trying to control the narrative, right?
Sound like some bullshit.
So you already know something like the bullshit. Police, it be so fun. I know police be looking like here this nigga go. Like nigga, we just did this so many times. Come on, bro. Because while he's talking, the house is telling his own story. And they ain't matching. The struggle, the lack of forced entry, his sudden dramatic grief, and now this surprise, quote unquote, pregnancy, nobody can confirm. It was given one thing. Guilt wrapped
Bullshit.
theatrics. Yeah, you're right. 100% unadulterated USDA bullshit.
We adding DeCarlos to the list. I don't trust DeCarlos no more either, especially ones that
I
look
know
like
they
they
don't even
so
put an
innocent.
S on his name. It's DeCarlo. It's supposed to be DeCarlos. Know what I'm saying? And they kept the S for a reason. Know what I'm saying? Because he ain't shit.
Yeah, I'll say I'm adding DeCarlos to the list. I don't trust DeCarlos, especially ones that look like fake Puerto Ricans. So remember how DeCarlo was in there performing like he's auditioning for a Tyler Perry role, talking
Mm-hmm.
about Sherri was pregnant and they hadn't told anybody yet. Yeah, keep that in your back pocket. Because while he's doing all that, the police they just keep looking around the apartment. They're scanning the place, they're checking corners, they're checking surfaces, and then they get to the bathroom.
Mm. And
And
there's shit everywhere. You get
the
it? Cause
first
oh my bad.
not appropriate. The first thing they notice is a broken latch on the bathroom window, not the front door, not the living room window, but the bathroom window. And they like, who broke this? Why this window? What were they trying to do? So then they step inside and they start seeing like tiny blood splatter in a couple spots. Not a lot, but just, enough for trained eyes to say something went down in here. So they like, go get the luminol. And the
Mm.
detective later said when that luminol hit, he said that bathroom lit up like a damn Christmas tree.
Jeez
He said
Louise.
it was not just a drop here or there, it was smeared. Like somebody tried to wipe it and they spread it. Like somebody was trying to clean up, but they kind of like made it worse because blood leaves a story. And that bathroom, it was yelling.
So
And
real quick.
what do people think about that when they like committing crimes? Like, we know that police have nobody watches true crime, huh?
No, I mean, so look, and I'm about to ask a question, right? And I mean, as many stories that we went through, so there's no way to actually clean up blood.
From what I understand, there are.
Ooh.
But you gotta have some like
Oh,
some specific
oh, it
chemicals.
ain't got not the shit you buy from Dollar General, huh?
Nah.
Ah, okay. Okay. I wonder because I'm like, it gotta be a way to clean up blood. You mean
Yeah,
to tell
it's like commercial grade stuff like that. It's for I don't know exactly what it's called, but there is because like I follow this dude and he cleans up crime scenes, so that's part of his job. Like he has to actually get rid of all the blood. Yeah,
mm,
that's a hard job. So somebody tried to clean that blood and instead they made it worse. So because blood leaves a story in that bathroom, it was yelling. Right there on the counter, they also found a tube of Cherie's lipstick, and they grab it because anything that touched her mouth has DNA. So they plan to compare whatever's on that lipstick to whatever was lighting that bathroom up like a holiday display. And now the police know one thing for sure: this is no longer a missing persons case. Somebody hurt that girl, and somebody tried to hide it. So the police, they go back to Cherie's parents, Claire and MacArthur, and they sit them down, and they don't sugarcoat anything. They tell it to them straight, like, look, we found blood. We need to keep digging because this is not looking good. And then that's when her father, MacArthur, dropped something the police didn't know, something he didn't even really fully understand himself at the time. But he told them, he said a few weeks later, it was actually Halloween night to be exact. Cherie had called him late. He said it wasn't her usual tone. She didn't even say hi. She didn't ease into it. She was like, Dad, tell this man to leave. Like, she was direct. She was distressed. She didn't give an explanation.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy
here's
right there. Yeah.
Right, but here's the thing. Her dad didn't even know DeCarlo existed at this point. Nobody in her family did. The man hadn't been introduced. He was still some unknown presence in her life. So MacArthur is sitting on the phone, confused, trying to understand what's going on. Before he could even speak, he said he heard a man in the background, like, "No worries, sir. I'm leaving right now. I'm leaving." Like he knew daddy was an authority. Like he knew he had been caught somewhere he ain't got no business being. But even then, her parents, like we said, they didn't know who he was. Like he was like no face, no case. He was just a voice and a problem, and their daughter sounded scared. So
Yeah,
now,
I would have been all up in that, all up in that. Know what I'm saying? For your, I mean, for your daughter. And again, I ain't saying he did anything wrong by any means, right? I ain't saying that, but I'm just saying as a father, if my daughter called me talk about tell this dude to leave, I'm gonna get some type of information. Like it ain't gonna just be a no. I'm gonna find some type of information, know exactly who it is in case something like that were to pop off. You feel me?
yeah, I feel you. So there's weeks. It's weeks later. There's blood in her bathroom, and their daughter is missing. So that Halloween call hit very different.
I bet it did. So look, y'all, since things ain't adding up with DeCarlo, the police do what they're supposed to do. They start looking at every man connected to Cherie. And the only other name they kept coming up with Reginald Sloan the third, Reggie. Now remember, he was the one real relationship the family knew about, right? So court detectives want to talk to him. When they reach out, Reggie is at the same get together Cherie was supposed to show up to on November 29th. He tells them, yeah, she didn't come. We were expecting her, but for some odd reason, she never showed up. And you can just tell, you know what I'm saying, by, hearing how him talk, he genuinely didn't know what was going on. Later on, when Reggie did his interview on Fatal Attraction, he said that, they were still really close. And this man gives a little smirk. Me, we ain't shit, right? And you know that we had mystery smirk. I can relate to that. Like we just that's just so I don't know what's wrong with me and we ignorant,
They
right?
do, and it was just so funny because he was just like, yeah, like it was just like the
Like
smirk
we
on his
just yeah,
face.
we just we always gotta we gotta let people know like it's like especially if it's a woman that we mess with or will mess with like we will not directly but we would indirectly like make a sign or do something just to let you know like yeah I hit that or I still would something like that. That's crazy. Man ain't shit. Anyway, so look, we will unpack that later because I know y'all caught that too, right? But look, as far as this investigation, Reggie checks out. His alibi matches. People saw him the whole night. Everything he said lined up. No type of weird behavior, no disappearing act, no contradictions. So detectives look at him, look at the timeline, and stamp it, ruled out. That left one man standing in the middle of this whole situation, DeCarlo. And the deeper they look at him, the worse it got.
So now that Reggie's alibi is clean and wrapped with the bow, the police circle back around to the only man in this whole situation who keeps blinking suspiciously: DeCarlo, the fake Puerto Rican Bennett. Now, his first story to police, like I said, he claimed he saw Cherie before she went out that night and that he was concerned when she didn't come back. Sir, you're the boyfriend. How you concerned, but you don't know nothing? Anyway, detectives start talking to people around Cherie, her friends, co-workers from her building. And baby, them neighbors came forward like they were competing for screen time on Fatal Attraction. They was like, oh yeah, they fought a lot. Like they be arguing, there was some yelling, thumping, bumping, it was furniture moving.
Ain't nobody called the police.
That part. One neighbor straight up said that they just turned their TV up to drown it out, and another said she ignored it. And that there was a loud, violent fight they heard on November 29th. And that was probably the night that she was murdered.
Mm.
Nobody called the dang on police.
That's crazy, man. That's yeah, that like, come on, man. You hear? I mean, but you know what? Though I ain't gonna lie. Maybe some people like, look, my name Bennett, and I ain't in it. You get it, DeCarlo Bennett. You know what I'm saying? You caught that? Anyway, yeah, they probably were like, yeah. Because they're dealing, especially dealing with people that go through multiple like go through issues, and it's like frequent. They probably like, man, I ain't about to even waste my time with this shit.
I mean, I get it, but then so maybe this is me in my older years. Hey, shut the hell up. I gotta go. I'm trying to go to sleep. And if y'all can't shut up, I'm gonna call somebody over here to make him shut up. Like I'm so funny about my sleep these days. But
I get
anyway,
it.
Cherie did have a close friend. It was like her best friend. Her best friend's name was Kay Mumoni. I probably didn't say that right. I probably butchered it. And Kay was not holding her tongue. She told police, look, Carlo had a hand problem. He was
Ooh.
controlling.
Mm.
He would drive Cherie to and from work and wait outside for hours like a security guard that nobody asked for.
All right, so look, we gotta take accountability for this, women. We do, right? Now, look, I understand, and I'm being very careful because I know, Tiffany, I know right now you staring at that screen like, do not say something. I'm not. Women, if you are in a situation like that, right, in the beginning, and you can get out, right, you can leave. That's what I said. If you can get out, leave. That shit does not get better. Like a man, that's not cute. That's not love. A man that would something as far as driving you to work and wait outside for hours. That's not love. That's not
That's
because
not normal.
that's not normal. He's not trying to protect you or because he's worried about you, want to keep you safe. That's obsession. And obsession only leads, you know what I'm saying, to of death of like situations such as this. So I'm saying, women, if you are in a situation and you see that and you can get out, leave. If you can't, reach out to somebody and talk to somebody, get help. But at the end of the day, nigga, you need to be having an exit plan expeditiously. All right, go ahead. See, you should be proud of me. I mean, I was gonna say something else, but I didn't.
Okay. So a couple weeks go by with
Because
no
if you
big
don't leave,
leads.
you need to learn how to fight. Sorry, it just came out. Go ahead.
First of all, and I'm gonna say this from experience, you can't fight a nigga that's two times your size. Now I'm gonna go down. If I'm going down, I'm going down swinging. But having to be able to fight don't mean shit when a nigga is twice your
Jennifer
size.
Lopez did in that movie.
Did you hear the end of the word movie?
Ah, you're right. All right, you right. All
Stop being
right.
ignorant. It's Thanksgiving week. It's a blessed week. So a couple weeks go by. There's no big leads. So detectives bring DeCarlo back in, and they ask if they can, look at his car. And this stupid ass, he clearly didn't finish the criminal handbook. He was like, sure. Not can I call my lawyer, not what for. Just yeah, y'all go ahead. And like he's handing over, keys to test drive a car at the dealership. Police was like, bet. And instead of giving it a quick look in the parking lot, they was like, yeah, tow that shit.
Dumbass. You know why he ain't DeCarlos? Because they kept the S off. The S stand for sense. The nigga ain't got none.
Hey, I mean, so when I tell you they ripped that car apart like it was a clearance sale, and when they got to the trunk, blood right there. Now, here come DeCarlo with yet another lie fresh out the crock pot. Oh, that's my dog's blood. My dog had got cut, and I put him in the trunk.
What?
First of all, first of all, that was the best that you had. That was the best idea you had. Because why would your dog be in the trunk, sir? And secondly, why is your dog bleeding in there like y'all did a sacrifice? I have questions and or concerns.
Damn
Like,
shame
what
what they
kind of
did to
Michael
that
Myers
dog.
veterinary care is this? So please, like, whatever. They go ahead and they test the blood, and you already know what's coming. The blood in the trunk matches the blood in Cherie's bathroom, which matches the DNA on her lipstick, which matches her. That's it, and that's the whole story.
All right, we done. So look, let's go to our favorite segment. Oh, I'm sorry, we got more. Go ahead. Oh, it's me. But wait, that's not all. Well, all this is happening. Detectives are still combing through Cherie's phone records. And on the night she went missing, November 29th at 10 p.m., there's one final outgoing call. The number belonged to someone named Alonzo Brown. So police asked Cherie's family, like, look, do y'all know a dude named Alonzo? And everybody else is like, nah, we don't. Nobody knows him. He's never mentioned, never been around, never crossed her path. So detectives track the man down and bring him in. They sit him down and say, look, Did you know Sherri Jackson? Were you involved with her? Did she call you that night? And Alonzo like, no, I don't know her at all. But then he is done with the part that changes everything. He said the call did happen, but Sherri wasn't the one who made it. DeCarlo called him from Sherri's phone, right?
Dumbass.
You know why they ain't get no S in his name? Because that stands for he a suspect. So now detectives know what they already suspected. On the night she disappeared, DeCarlo had her phone. DeCarlo made the final call, and DeCarlo was the last person with her alive. Mm, mm, mm.
So they go right back to him because I know they just aggravated at this point. They like, hey, Mr. Fake Puerto Rican, I'm gonna need you to come step into these handcuffs. So he's arrested and he's charged with first degree murder. And here's the part that twists the knife. On the same day Sherri had went missing, she and DeCarlo had just been in court earlier that morning for him putting his hands on her because she had filed a police report and she was trying to get help and she was trying to leave. But his ass made sure that she never got the chance. Best that
Mm,
man can go straight to hell, no GPS needed.
mm,
And then the devil probably gonna send them back like, we fool. Y'all gotta try to level below this one.
All right, y'all. So let me walk you through the next part because this is where DeCarlo really showed just how delusional he was, right? Once he gets arrested, he sits in that jail cell for over a year. No bond, no movement, no freedom, nothing at all. All he had was time. And apparently, he used none of it to grow common sense, right? The prosecutor on the case, Howard Newman, comes to him early on with a deal. And the only reason, I repeat, the only reason he offered it was because the state wanted Sherri's body. Because remember, if y'all hadn't caught on, they ain't got no body, right? Like a literal body, okay? They wanted closure. They wanted to bring her home, right? But the problem was without a body, prosecutors don't have a clean cut case. It's not impossible, but it's very risky. So Newman basically says, look, tell us where she is and we'll talk about a deal. And what you think the Carlos say? And the Carlos without the S, what you think he say? I
If
don't
he was
need
smart, he would have took it.
right? No, but
But
no, no.
we know he ain't smart,
The
so
S off his name stand for he ain't smart, right?
you should just
Because
say stupid.
all right, that would have been cool. And we ain't gonna say I'm gonna use that on the next one. I appreciate it anyway. As you know, you can always use that if you want and just throw it out there, girl. You know what I'm saying? You can roll with me on this. Anyway, I don't need no deal, is what he said. I ain't do nothing and I am innocent. Sir, your trunk tested positive for her DNA. Your bathroom lit up like a rave party, and your neighbors heard y'all, know what I'm saying, imitating a WWE Royal Rumble match the night she vanished. Well, go off, bro. Go off. Go on ahead, bro. So he sits and sits and sits. Meanwhile, Sherri's best friend Kate is telling the family more details, and baby, they are heartbreaking. First of all, Kay ain't shit, right? Because you should have been saying this shit in the beginning. Am I wrong for that? I'm just saying, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you seen your
You mean when she was missing or just telling people in the like when all this was
well look,
going on?
let me get finished and you'll see. So turns out according to Kay, Sherri and DeCarlo were engaged at one point, right? And she never told her parents, right? Not because she wasn't close to them, but because she didn't want them to know that she was in a domestic violence situation. Now you see what I'm saying. This is your best friend, bitch. You supposed to be saying something. You just let her get her ass whooped by a nigga who like to
No,
put his hands. What?
no, because first of all, you already know when people because you already know the situation when I try to talk to like you try and talk to your friends, I'm concerned for your
Man, your
safety.
one friend is used to getting her ass whooped, so that makes sense why she ain't paying attention. But according to everybody else,
But that's not the thing. Like you try and talk to them. If they're not ready to leave, they're not going to do anything. Like so, she stopped speaking to me because I'm telling you I'm concerned about your safety, and I don't want to see you on the Cleveland Remembrance page. And she goes and went to, like goes up on like a whole thing, and I'm just like I'm talking to you as a friend. So it doesn't matter if you come to their family, if you come to their friends, because her family was concerned. They're gonna do what they want to do, and it's nothing you can do about it.
I got you. I got you. Well,
Yeah.
all look, look. Hey, I,
I mean, I ain't
I,
trying to be funny, but Edwina, that man shot her and killed her boyfriend, and she still went back. So
mm.
it really ain't much you can tell people, and
And
married the
she was
man.
looking at children porn. Nasty mother effer. So anyway, her parents were meeting this man
We
for the
don't speak
first.
ill of the dead.
You said what?
We don't speak ill of the dead.
What? Oh, my bad. She was looking at kids porn, all right?
It was alleged because she never got charged because
But
she passed.
she didn't get car charged because she dead.
That's what I said.
The feds had the case,
But it was
which mean
allegedly. You
okay,
can't say
allegedly.
it because it
Okay,
was
you're right.
allegedly.
Allegedly, she was a nasty nigga. Sorry about that. No, I'm saying allegedly. I apologize, right? No, I'm saying. So anyway, like I said, she was in the domestic violence issue. Her parents were meeting this man for the first time on Thanksgiving Day before she disappeared, and absolutely no idea what was going on behind doors. He was smacking the shit out of her, right? Then more tea comes in. Remember Reggie, the ex? He admitted that the weekend before Sherri went missing. You hear that? That's not applause. He would get in them draws, y'all. He would get in them draws. And they even talked about getting back together, which I mean, of course, while you getting draws, y'all talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Then post nut clarity hit. Sometimes it's different. But I don't know if that's the situation. But supposedly they're talking about getting back together, right? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he gave that little smirk on Fatal Attraction that had all of us yelling at the screen. You know what they're trying to say, like, yeah, we were sealed. Wink, wink. Anyway, now we don't know exactly what DeCarlo knew, but insecure men with hand problems, yes, they don't need much to snap. We know that, right? Whether it
Yeah.
was jealousy, whether he realized she was leaving, whether he just couldn't control her anymore. Something set him off, like seriously. And once a man is obsessed, controlling, and losing his grip, that's a dangerous combination. You know why he ain't got an S in his name? Because it stands for psycho. And I know psycho begins with a P, but it sounds like an S, all right?
Oh, okay, because I was coming for
Yeah, I
you.
know you was. I
You coulda
saw.
said sociopath, like, you coulda
Okay,
went
well,
other
why don't
direction.
you say some of the shit? Why I always gotta be the one? I mean, obviously you think of these words quicker than me. Damn, keep it going. So anyway, so he stays locked up until June 2008. Case scheduled, trial set for July 7th, 2008, and he is facing life. And suddenly, out of nowhere, on June 26th, a week before trial, he has his attorney go talk to the ADA. And the attorney asked that, you know what I'm saying, the one question that Carlos swore he didn't need before. Is the plea deal still on that table? The state said yes. Because again, they want to bring, you know what I'm saying, her body back home. They you know what I'm saying, they trying to put Sherri back home. Plus, when they get a body, I mean, it's pretty much
A
it's a
done
done
deal.
deal. Yeah. Then attorney hands him over a single sheet of paper. On it, a hand-drawn map. A map that supposedly showed where they can find Sherri's body. The man who didn't do anything, the man who didn't need a deal, the man who was innocent, now suddenly has a map to her location. Yeah, all right.
So that map that Carlo finally handed over after sitting in jail for over a year like he was Houdini. So let me tell you how raggedy this whole situation was. The map, and I cannot make this up, was literally a drawing of his mama's backyard.
What?
And why would you put your mama in that shit?
I know, man. But I tell you, the nigga, I swear, man. They be putting
But
their mama in
look,
all type of stuff, man. Mama,
but
like,
look, that was like the mama had just bought that house too.
it,
Like now she gotta move.
there's a whole body in your backyard, buried, man.
I wonder if she was haunting her. Like, so anyway, it wasn't a remote location. It was not a wooded area off the highway, not a lake. It was his mama's backyard.
Mm,
I'd be like, this some bullshit. Don't have me caught up in your mess. So the detectives they had straight out there because they're so desperate to bring Cherie home because her family deserves to have closure, and I understand that. And when her family found out, oh baby, they pulled up to the mama house too. Her
mm,
mama, her daddy, her best friend Kay, even Reggie's mama, who was also Cherie's boss at the home health agency, pulled up. So everybody is standing outside this house, like just praying for closure. They bring in cadaver dogs, shovels, and they're digging and they're searching and they are sweeping every inch of this yard, like trying to go by this map. And guess what? They don't find nothing. They don't find the remains. They don't find the evidence. They do not find Cherie. So they like this nigga and handed us a fake ass treasure map. And Cherie's family is devastated. Like they're standing in that yard looking at dirt that ain't telling them nothing, and their hearts are breaking all over again because this is legit close to 2 years later. We're in 2008. She went missing in 2006.
mm. And the S
But
stand for that damn body gonna be a skeleton. What? It's the truth, because it's 2 years. What I do?
Unnecessary. This is a very serious moment. Unnecessary. But this is exactly why you always need at least one strong black woman in the
Mm,
room when stuff goes left.
strong woman. Oh, no, that's the other song. Go
Shut
ahead.
up. Because Portia Shipman, Cherie's former boss and Reddy's mama, she stepped in like the general she is. She looked at them detectives dead in the face and said, "Go get that man and bring him here and make him tell us where that baby is right now." She had no hesitation. It was no sugarcoating. It was no let's wait and see. She said, "Move." And when they moved. You know, you don't play with that black mama voice.
Don't
They
mess with no black woman. But why did they have to tape her? Like, nobody thought about that? Like, y'all no, y'all didn't think about that? To be like, "Let's get 'em"?
Well, they went straight to the jail. They snatched his raggedy ass up and they brought him back to the house in cuffs, not to talk or negotiate, but to tell the truth. And suddenly, Mr. I'm innocent, Mr. I don't know nothing, Mr. I don't need a plea deal. He finally opens his mouth and admits exactly where Cherie was. He leads him to the spot, and there she was, buried in a shallow 4-foot grave in his mama's backyard on June 26, 2008. This man murdered her. He cleaned the bathroom like the world's stupidest janitor, and then he buried her like she was trash, then acted panicked and confused for over a year. He played games, he wasted time, and he tortured her family. He lied to the detectives, and then on top of it off, he gave us them a fake ass map. He's freaking trash. He's fireplace material, biohazard energy. So
Mm.
on July 6, 2008, the community held a vigil for her. It was beautiful, powerful, and dedicated to advocating against domestic violence in her name. And Portia, she turned that grief into action. She started the Cherie Denise Foundation for the Prevention of Domestic Violence, making sure Cherie's name was tied to protection, power, and change.
Mm.
So we're gonna get into this man's sentence because when I say my blood boils. So in exchange for giving up the location of her body after a freaking year of lying, causing all this suffering, after murdering a woman who was trying to leave, this sorry ass excuse for a man, this Home Depot built malfunctioning, unstable, controlling, hand heavy demon spawn only was sentenced to 13 to 16 years.
That's crazy work.
13 to 16 you get more time for tax fraud, for stealing a damn catalytic converter. But he gets a decade and some change for taking a woman's life.
All I know is, man, if she got any family out there, because you know the last case we did was you shot me when you told me that old girl was still in Cleveland. And the Bradley's got that big ass family full of convicts and ex-convicts. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do anything. If 16, 13 to 16 years, dude, when you get you will have no Detroit but to move because you killed my family member and they only gave you 13 to 16 years, my nigga.
And on
Oh,
top of that, you buried her, you
very
covered her
yes.
with earth.
I wonder
And like we could
was
like
she
that
pregnant? Was it a baby fetus in her?
can no, he would like she wasn't even pregnant, so he lied on top of that too.
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, 13-year dog. You need to lose your life.
It's deplorable. So that man deserved the pits, the basement of the pits, the sub basement below the pits, and even the devil would have looked at him like, "Nah, bro, I don't want to deal with your kind," because he robbed her, her family, he robbed her future, he robbed her chance to get away and started a new life. And the sentence that he got ain't even heavy enough to match the pain that he caused.
Man, that's crazy, man. We talk about people who just don't get like the punishment. It doesn't match the crime. The punishment doesn't match the crime. That's crazy work right there. Like real talk, 13 to 16 years. That's crazy. Anyway, let me go on and bring this case home, y'all, because I swear this man done gone got on our last damn nerves, man. Like from the minute he popped up in this story. So after all that mess, when we talk about let's run this down, y'all. The fake maps, the lies, the panic acting, the I didn't do nothing routine, the whole you know what I'm saying? I like keep trying to put up a facade in jail. All of that. DeCarlo finally tells the family what happened. And according to him, he accidentally strangled Cherie, right?
How do you accidentally strangle somebody?
Maybe he was, and again, I'm not even joking
How do you
about this.
it they
Now, I
say
don't think
they say like
accidentally. I think
strangling.
he could have been choking her.
Why?
And
Okay, you can't accidentally choke nobody either.
what you mean? I ain't lying. 'Cause I told you that one time I did, and a person passed out. I thought they were dead. Now they actually wanted, were doing,
Okay, I didn't ask for that.
oh, my bad.
Um, but I'm just saying, like, it takes a lot to strike. It's not like a 30-second thing. They say it takes a long time to actually strangle somebody. So how do you accidentally strangle somebody?
I mean, we talking about DeCarlo. Know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be funny, like real talk. Know what I'm saying? So yeah. First, he admits he hit her, right? And I think that's what happened. He hit her and he killed her, and that's where the blood came from. Because did you strangle somebody? How strangling somebody ain't gonna cause the amount of blood that they saw in the bathroom. So I personally think, but let me tell you what he said, and forget what I think. He hit her first, right? You know what I'm saying? Then he says he accidentally strangled her, right? So he hit her first, then accidentally strangled her. So let me tell you something right now, right? There is no such thing as accidental strangling. We know that. And you don't trip and fall from a chokehold, right? You don't slip your hands around somebody's neck and just start choking them until they go away. No, he intentionally did it, right? So of course he can keep that lap, put it wherever bargain bin he got it from. In that sentencing, he had his attorney read this letter, where he said, "I sincerely apologize with all of my heart. I didn't plan to kill her. It was an accident." Man, lock him up, man. I would you would have got you gotta would got additional 15 years for that nonsense right there, right? Cause you wasn't apologizing when you was hiding maps in your mama's, know what I'm saying, backyard like Dora the Explorer's evil twin. You wasn't apologizing when you left her family out there digging in the heat. And you definitely wasn't apologizing when the bathroom lit up like a laser tag arena. But now you're sorry, boy, you can go to hell and clock in for your shift. Know what I'm saying? You'd be right down there with Epstein. He was only 27 when he murdered her, right? And because of that little 13 to 16 year slap on the wrist, by the time he get out, he was still young enough to be outside living his best life. Know what I'm saying? Like real talk, he can. And look, at that time, know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be funny, know what I'm saying? 40, what, 43? This dude 45 still acting like they in their 20s. So he probably out there living.
You ain't lying.
Like real talk, get dude acting like they in their
I
20s.
tried to track him down. Like he is not on social media.
Thank you. I would hope not. I really hope that Jill did rehabilitate him, but I ain't gonna say from my experience because ain't like I know
Now
a lot of
I
people that like to
look
put
now
their hands on bitches, but huh?
I did find a post on TikTok where somebody posted this man's address, and it was a couple years ago, like after he got out, but somebody found that man and he was living in some apartments. I was like,
For real.
damn.
See, but
But
this is my thing, right?
I can't find him.
This is my thing. If he did not get the necessary help, when I say help that he needed, jail doesn't help you. To me, it makes you worse.
Well,
It's
that's because they don't have programs, or they
yeah, they
don't
don't.
do like they don't do anything to help you like other countries. Like they actually do focus on rehabilitation because the goal is to put you back into society, but they treat them like animals and then
They get
release
out.
them
I mean, yeah, they get
into.
worse. They get
Yeah,
worse.
I'm like, you're not like we're not. America is not rehabilitating anything now. I mean, there are a few, like some have programs. Like I saw a program the other day, and it's in a few states where prisoners they are able to go to school and they're actually working remotely for some of these for like some big tech companies. It was one guy, he works like as a programmer and he's making six figures. Like he said he has like 2 or 3 years left on his sentence, and he has like a portion of his what he makes he has to pay is going towards his restitution to
Restitution.
his. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when he gets out, he'll have a job. He's like, I'll have a little bit of money saved up so I don't have to go back to what I was doing before. He's like, I came in here with no hope, no anything. So there's like but it's like there's such a small pool
I
of
mean, he probably white
programs
too.
like
He
that.
he
Yeah, yeah,
probably white. Yeah, he
yes, he
white,
was
so it's
unseasoned.
different.
Yes, he
So,
was.
and no,
But
and I
I'm
get
just saying, like, there's very few programs like that. We just throw our prisoners away and just expect for them to just
because
magically.
at the end of the day, it's making the government money. They get paid off of it, and plus a lot of these jails are privatized anyway. So, but the
Mhm.
point what I was originally going to say, and I appreciate that, was just that when people don't get their help, he's gonna reoffend. He it, it, you know, what I'm saying? He obviously has
Yes,
some type of jealous rage, so he's
right, because
gonna
he
reoffend.
he likely has a history of abuse, and
Yes.
abusive behavior doesn't just pop out of nowhere. And if you don't get the counseling that you get, he's gonna do it again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that he's gonna do it again.
So look, check this out. So he served his time at Orange Correctional Facility, was paroled on January 23rd, 2021. And by October 20th, 2021, this food was 100% free. Free to walk around, free to go out, free to live, free to breathe air that Sherri would never be able to breathe again. And that's the part that cuts the deepest, right? This woman lost her life for absolutely no reason, right? No reason whatsoever. No justice that matches the damage. No sentence heavy enough for the pain he caused. But her family, her friends, and her community, they kept her name alive, and they still do. They really do. So, all right, cousins, that's our Thanksgiving case for the week. Let us know what y'all think on Spotify, on Facebook, or Instagram, or wherever y'all listening to us on. Because this one, yeah, I know y'all gonna have y'all thoughts. And if y'all know where the dude is at or have contact with him, man, let us know, man, so we can send fake bounce dress to his house or
We don't do that.
oh, we don't? Okay. I thought that we I thought we had a budget for that. My bad. All right, with all that being said, y'all, know what I'm saying? Let's get to our favorite segment called
Love, Lies, and Alibis.
All right, here we go. So what we got this week? 'Cause last week we couldn't do it, man. Know what I'm saying? Tiffany, look, Tiffany didn't want me to say Tiffany said it was too much, y'all. I was doing too much, right? That's what it was. I was doing too much. And Tiffany said,
It was. I can't even say it was just you, but I just
she
felt
shut
like
it down. And
you
I get it though. I
you
respect it. Wait, let me say this. Hold
no,
on. Let me say this. No, let
that's
me
what
say
I'm gonna
this.
say. It wasn't. I'm gonna say it wasn't just you, but I feel like people will also twist words, and I was. I'm like, we
I
weren't
know
going
it
to.
though because and people would probably never be able to hear, but I knew it because remember I was like you were talking so much trying to clean up what you were saying because you were so worried that your word would be misconstrued. I'm like, oh my god, remember like, geez, girl.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
but it was a lot, and I said some ignorant stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I said some very. I'm growing, y'all. I mean, I know y'all say don't hold back 2025, but some things I gotta hold back. I'm just saying, know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I don't want to get canceled. So with that being said, we do have a new question. Tiffany, what's that question?
I hope none of these kids is around and listening. Okay, so it says,
There is.
well, everybody door closed, so I hope ain't nobody listening. So
I gotta find it too. I gotta find it myself.
okay,
So
it
go
says,
ahead.
so let's get into some business we definitely shouldn't. Which one is most intimate, kissing, sex, or head? And don't be in my comments acting holy because y'all know exactly what I mean. So drop your answer and explain why, because the reasoning is really what I want to see.
All right. So I guess on me. But you know me, man. I'm gonna say head, man. Because you gotta think though. Let's be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Giving head is always a little bit more. You see, I got a little quiet, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, my kids.
Yeah,
You know what
me
I'm saying?
too. Like I was
That's
waiting to
all,
come
hey,
out.
that is so funny. We both did kind of get lower, like, yeah, so like I was saying. I would say head is, and the only reason is because, okay, for men, when you put your mouth on the cooch, just like an in between the cooch and the pooch, man. Know what I'm saying? So it's a possibility while you're licking that, you can, you know what I'm saying? How more intimate can you get? Were you licking the insides of somebody and the possibility that the tongue might hit the butthole? So I'm gonna say head. All right, your turn.
I'm going to agree with that, but for the reason of I feel like first of all, like I'm putting my mouth somewhere that is very personal. Like to me, I ain't trying to be funny. I will kiss anybody. Like I've been drunk, kiss me, walk off by my business. That don't mean nothing to me. I have in my younger days, we'd be outside kicking it. I done got drunk, kissed some man, walked off, ain't never seen him again. To me, kissing don't mean nothing. But if I'll have sex with you and I don't feel like everybody should be allowed to give you head, and I don't feel like you should be giving head to everybody. Like to me, that is very, very intimate. I don't feel that everybody deserves that, and
Mhm.
I don't believe that everybody should be like. I don't play about that. I'll be like, ooh, I'll have, ooh, yeah, I'll pass on that. I'm just very particular about that. But yeah, I don't care nothing about kissing. I'll kiss you and walk away. It don't a kiss don't mean nothing to me. I'll sit
Mm.
there playing your face and kiss you and walk off like I ain't never met you before.
No wonder you single. So look, all right, let's go on to our
That
cousin.
has nothing to first of all, we're not
Hold
gonna
on.
segue that like that. That
What?
has I said in my younger days when I used to be outside.
I said that. I didn't even know that came out my mouth. All right, hurry up,
Yeah,
man, because my
whatever.
kids coming upstairs. So you take the first one.
Okay, so let's see. Rashonda says kissing because I really have to like you to kiss you. I've had one night stands and head is a part of sex. Now, not how much I like you depends on how good the head is, but I digress.
Oh wait, who said
But
that? What's her name?
Rashonda.
Rashonda. Let me how she look. Shit. Let me go. Oh my bad.
So
Go
anyway,
ahead.
Samika says most definitely kissing. And then let me see. Jaja says kissing, and when he sucked that bottom lip, Lord have mercy. If you know, you know.
Mm. Um, Lauren McAsh said, "Cousins, y'all making some good points about kissing. I came to firmly say head before reading the comments because lips are accessible and how you can figure out if you want to be naked with someone. If the kiss is trash, I probably wouldn't waste time and other things getting naked with someone. But y'all right, a good lip sucking could lead to the rest. I'm talking about the past though. Now I'm old and kept. Okay." And Terry said, to two-part answer and do not side eye me. For me to feel the intimacy, it would be kissing, but to show intimacy, it would be head. Okay. Lily said kissing for sure. Said to say that kissing is the only thing people reserve for someone they are serious with. That's
That's not true. I was like, I don't care. Like to me, like that ain't
no,
nothing.
but
I
I'm talking
don't know.
about like yeah, okay, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I was about to say something, but then I
Yeah.
just caught myself. Okay, yeah. Um, I'm gonna actually read this long one. God damn, man, these
And make
people.
this the last one because these kids might pop out of
I
somewhere.
know, man. Y'all some freaks in here. All right, so let's go to no, I'll read both of these and then we done. Kitcher Element. Well, I don't know your damn name, man. Anyway, let me see how she look. Oh yeah, she look young.
Sorry, read the damn
Kissing,
comments for me,
okay.
dog.
She said kissing the head, more so head for real. You can do a little peck and it's simple, but head, you do that when you want to. I don't know. It's like a mood thing. Like, dang, I really F with you. I want to make sure you feel good. Want to go the extra mile to make you squirm and breathe heavy, whispering, F-U-C-K, toes curling, you running from me. Good Lord. I didn't think
You
we're gonna
said
be G's, man.
good.
She writing the Zane book. I don't know. I feel like head is really passionate, and although you shouldn't just go around kissing just anybody, you most definitely don't just give head to just anyone. I'm not sucking till I'm about to throw up or got tears in my eyes for just anybody. Good Lord. Good heavens, man. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to pray over my phone after this session. Yeah, I think good lord, y'all. That was good. That was wow.
Well,
All right.
I would say that's so funny because I've always thought like to me, I don't know, I always thought like because I've like had so many like conversation, they be like, man, I don't just kiss anybody, and I be they be like, but I'll fuck you, and I be like, how do we
Yeah,
get
that's
to?
crazy. But I mean,
But I
this
be
is
like, because how
yeah.
do we get there without kissing? Like I don't. I'm like, what do y'all do? Be like, just take your pants off? Like I've always wondered that. But yeah, we got to move on because I don't know. These kids might pop out of here
I
somewhere.
know,
I got
man.
too many
That's
in my head.
yeah.
But
But
anyway,
look, I know y'all wonder like, oh, I would have loved to answer that question. How would I have even been able to do so? I'm glad you asked. Go to our Love Lies and Alibis Facebook page where we drop the question every Tuesday and you can answer. We also have a Melanin Mystery Facebook page. We have a Melanin Mystery IG, and we have a Melanin Mystery TikTok that be jumping. They
okay,
be.
wait, let me pause you right there for just 1 second. If you have not checked out our social media, I need y'all to run over to one of our social media pages and check on our newscast reports,
Oh
the
yeah, man. They
homosexual
funny.
files,
Yeah, the
because we have
homosexuals.
a new video. We gonna do more of those videos because those are fun. So go check out the homosexual files and run up our numbers and share those. Appreciate you.
Yes, we also have BTCC. Can you tell us what BTCC is?
Yes, the BTCC is the Black True Crime Collective comprised of Melanin Mayhem, Melanin Mysteries, and Not My Brother's Keeper. And with that being said, if you know, you know, we all have our own special way of telling stories for our community, us, the Black people, the seasoned folks, the lit crew, us, our people. So
Hold on,
like we
we
said,
got a white listener too. We do. We got a.
I said our stories are for our stories.
Oh,
I
my
mean, I
bad. I
said
just
our
wanted to give it.
stories.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we gave a shout out to our white folks. My bad. My bad. I just wanted to make sure she did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love everybody. We just like, we're just trying to bring awareness to our cases and tell them the way that we tell our cases because nobody can tell our story like us. That's all it is. But we'll say we're very inclusive. We love everybody
I know.
as
No,
long as you
we
love
gotta get
us.
shout out to one of them, Lauren Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? She gave us a shout out. She from Kentucky, and she white. She put her picture. You saw the picture, but everybody go to our Facebook, our Love Lives and Alibis, and I put a baby picture, and people was roasting it. I'm probably gonna have to have a therapy session next week because of that. But people were dropping their baby pictures, and she was the one. It was three white people, her, probably her little brother, and Ronald McDonald sitting on the bench.
Oh, I did see that
Yeah.
while I was on punishment. So yeah, say and make sure y'all come kick with us over at Love Lives and Alibis. We have fun over there. Also, like I said, do not forget to get your tickets to Seasons Slaying because the whole crew is gonna be there. We need y'all to show up and show out. Like I said, if y'all don't show up and show
Are
out, we're
we
not doing any more
are we
events.
wearing matching?
Yes, we're wearing our matching Grinch pajamas. So like I said, you can pull up. We pull up our pajamas. Pull up in your bonnet and your robe. Grab your drink. Like we about to have some fun. And like I said, the cousins have been grabbing their tickets. So like I said, if y'all mess around and miss out, y'all gonna miss out on giveaways, the ugly sweater contest, and I ain't gonna be able to know what to tell you because the platform that we're using, we can only do so many spots. So if you miss out, baby, you're gonna be outside on the curb. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. And with that being said, I don't think I have any other church announcements. I put them all at the beginning.
No. Yeah,
So I say you'll get
enjoy
some more.
y'all love. Real talk. Take a moment this week, man, to really give thanks. And I say that like I joke around all the time, but real talk is so many things that you need to be thankful for because there's so many other people that wish they had it like you. You know what I'm saying? And if you are one of them people that's struggling, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, we definitely gonna hold you in our prayer. But for the people that's not, we be thankful, man, because I'm telling you, this been a crazy year, you know what I'm saying? Politics and everything, it's been real crazy. And for us to make it through this year is nothing but a blessing. So make sure that you give your thanks. And make sure you thank us too, because we providing y'all with good quality entertainment, you know what I'm saying?
And you can give us thanks by simply leaving us a 5-star review wherever you listen because it helps us more than you know.
All right, take us
And
out.
I had one more
Oh.
thing and then you made me lose it. Oh, because I said, yes, 2026, the cousin confessions are dropping. And if you're not following us on social media, you're not going to know what it is. But like I said, if you got something to get off your chest, we going to keep it anonymous. Send us.
Yeah, we would not say who it is unless you old girl from Hot Garbage and
No.
you like to put your name out there, then we're gonna put you out there. And if you say you okay with it, if you're okay, like, hey,
The cousin confessions is going to be 100% anonymous.
okay, well
There
now
is
I'm just saying
no.
that some people freeze and they want to be let it know. I'm just saying, but if you
Okay, well,
yes.
let's say the cousin confessions
All
are
right, well, my
anonymous.
bad. Then I'm
So
gonna be
that's
quiet.
that's
Then
that.
you just keep on. Yes, you want to be known. Put on Love Lies and Alibis.
So yes, like I say, if you got something you want to get off our chest, we gonna keep it. We gonna when we do cousin confessions, we gonna be sipping and spilling. We not gonna be solving. So that is all we have. So we will catch y'all on Thursday. Oh, Thursday is Thanksgiving, so you'll get a Snitch Chronicles on Thanksgiving. Let me see if I can find me a Thanksgiving snitch. Hmm, look into that. So we will catch y'all next week. So just make sure you remember that love should not come with a life sentence and choose freedom and not felonies.
Happy Thanksgiving.